From the other side of reality. Men say he's cool and he makes the women drool. Woo! Oh my hood! Oh my god, the hood! Why don't you work? Well, can you tell me? To my son Monday's whore, but I, the demons, have a new horror movie from the first to the 30th. Oh, Lord. Oh, yeah. Woo, baby. Oh, man, what a head rush. Oh, hello. Welcome to my 31 Days of Horror. This is day 3. We're talking about horror movies that I watched. I'm watching a new horror movie every day, and then I watched this one today. And I'm a demon, but I have to change my face because, demon hunters. I explained it in the first video if you ever want to watch it. I just realized with these shades on and the stuff, I look like those dudes from friggin' Omega Man. Or Mole Man from Fantastic Four. Snap. So welcome to my 31 Days of Horror. Today I watched this movie called Trauma, which is what the girls say when they date me. You're like, I don't want to see you anymore. Come on, baby. I thought you loved me. I paid you $20. But, such is life. So this is an Italian movie. Although it's not dubbed. I watched one the other day. This one's not dubbed, though. But it's directed by Dario Argento, who's a really famous Italian horror director. And his daughter actually is in this movie as well. And I'll get to that in a sec. So Trauma is a horror movie where there's a person killing people. It's a slasher. And the method that the killer is using is actually pretty interesting. The killer is using a garrote, which is, but it's automated. Like it's like a wire in the loop, and it's like has like a doohickey. That's what we call it. I don't know what you guys call it. What do you guys call it? Because where I'm at is a doohickey. So you click it, and it makes the loop smaller. So if your head's in there, and yeah, so what the killer does is uses that decapitates the decapitates and then takes off with the head. So all you see is these freaking headless corpses everywhere. So the movie starts off. There's a woman. She's a nurse and she's talking to her boyfriend. Now, like I said, this is an Italian home movie, but it's not dubbed, so you can tell her off the bat because this woman's talking in English. Because I wouldn't be able to understand it. I understand English. And that took me like 5,000 years to learn. That's why I'm so fluent. It takes 5,000. Okay. If I want to learn the other languages, I don't have time for that. Okay. I don't. So she's English. She's talking and she's telling her boyfriend that she got a last-minute customer because she's a nurse, and this person comes in. All you see as the killer is pretty cool is black gloves and a duffel bag, and opens up the duffel bag and there's a wire thingy, and then next thing you know, kills the nurse and takes her head off and takes off. Then later on, there's a girl. She's on a bridge, and this guy's driving a truck, and it looks like she's gonna jump off, but he tells her, no, come back into the bridge. This is what I find hilarious. So she's about to jump off the bridge. Okay, she's suffering some very trauma shit, and what does this guy do? He says, hey, you want to go for coffee? Because, that's what you want to do after you, try to, do something bad to yourself. I'm going to go for some coffee because I bet she likes getting hit on after that. But he actually does take her for coffee, and then when he asks her about her parents, she starts freaking out. And then she ends up, he takes her to a restaurant, and upon which she says she's going to go to the bathroom, and she steals his wallet. And then she ends up getting taken back to her house. It turns out that she's supposed to go to an institution because she has... what do you call it? When you can't eat a lot. I'll get to that better. Anyway, she has a mental problem, and she has to go to this institution. So she's at home, I guess they're going to take her the next day or whatever, and her mom's doing a seance and stuff. So she has a bunch of people over at the house, and they're recording and everything. And they're everyone's around this table, right? And they're doing the seance, and then I guess she ends up getting the spirit of the woman that died earlier. So, and the way the mom's doing it, she's like, I feel the spirits. They took my head, and the killer. And then the freaking tree brushes in, and everyone's freaking out. And then they go, and then something happens. for some reason, like people scatter. Like the mom feels the sudden urge to run out of the house, but then again, she did say the killer was there, so she runs out of the house, and then the daughter chases after the mom, and then she sees her mom and her dad, and they're disassembled, if you know what I mean. And she sees the killer at one point, but like holding the head, and she's like, ah. So now this is where it gets a bit. I guess back in the day, you can get away with certain stuff, but like there's a thing that bothered me, and when I tell you, it'll bother you as well. So the guy that saved her, he has a job. He's like 21 or something like that. The girl that he talked to, she's 16. She doesn't look 16, believe me, but she said that she's 16. I don't know why in the story they had to say she was 16, but she's 16. And as the story gets along, her and him kind of get a little bit. At one point, he kisses her, and I'm like, "Well, you're like 21, she's like 16." I don't know, man. It just was really. It's just kind of weird. Anyway, it like I guess it played in the back of my mind while I was watching it because like he's trying to help her because she ends up. What happened was when the cops come to investigate after what happened, she takes off. And she calls him because she just happen to have this wallet, and that's when the two of them hook up. And she's 16 for crying out loud, right? Like he has her at the house. It's just her and him, and and at one point she changes. And like she takes off her like top, and she has the bathroom door open. Who does that? Well, Frank does, eh, Frank? You do it all the time, man. It's disgusting. If people saw what I saw, man, you'll be like behind a doors for days by. Oh my god! But anyway, and she has the door open, and he sees her, and I'm like, oh my god! And that's another thing which is really messed up because you see her, and then you realize that her father is directing the movie, and that's his daughter. And like, what the F, man? So, I don't know. It just blows my mind. Now, I know I'm giving this movie like some weird crap, thinking, okay, this movie's terrible. It's actually not that bad, but I don't know, like the old 16-year-olds think, ugh. But the main point of it is you're trying to figure out who the killer is. In the movie, they call the killer the headhunter because, of course, taking off heads and stuff like that. There's weird stuff that involves a child because there's a little kid who happens to be next door to the killer, and the kid snoops around in the killer's house, which I don't know. The kid kind of ticked me off. Get out of there, you little shit. Just get out of it. It's not your home. He just goes in there too, breaks in, like climbs up and opens up the second story door, a window, and just crawls in like he owns the place. I'm not a fan, although it does play into the movie later. So, but still, and so it's kind of weird because the killer. It's kind of weird because the way the headhunter goes, the headhunter only kills people when it's raining, and it turns out that the headhunter is only killing certain people. The teenager, I'm gonna call her a teenager. She finds this picture and she gives it to her boyfriend, the 21-year-old, and it turns out there's people on the picture, of course, because that's what pictures are. And it turns out that the people in the picture are the ones that the killer is taking care of. So he's trying to figure out what the heck is going on. At one point, okay, tell me this is bright. So one of the nurses recognizes one of the friends that passed away, and she's like, I think I know what's going on, and I have to get the F out of here because the killer's going to come after me next. So she's talking to her girlfriend, and she's like, I have to get out of here. Meanwhile, Buddy, who's with the teenager, is like, well, I'm going to go try to warn her. So he goes to her house and runs at her. She thinks the killer's coming after her. So imagine, you're coming out of the house, you're thinking the killer's coming after you, and someone just runs right at you. You have no idea who the heck this person is. Let's just run, girl. So I'm like, yeah, no wonder she took off. And he's like, oh, I lost her. Well, gee, you scared the shit out of her. He didn't say nothing. He just ran right at her. I mean, come on, buddy. Give her a break. But anyway, yeah, so that aspect with the teenager, it's just weird because at one point he kisses her. And then later on, they're sharing a bed. You don't see nothing, but they're in a bed because at one point, like this guy shows up and tries to kidnap her. And he, kidnap her while she's in the house sleeping next to the boyfriend. Like, what the hell, buddy? I don't know, but yeah, so this movie is just like that aspect of it kind of does you're trying to watch it, and then this point of well, why did she have to be 16? She could just be 20. and they can still do the whole thing, just have her of age. Why she's 16? It just bothers me. I didn't like that at all, because every time they were with her, because he really likes her, and I'm like, dude, like, she's young, like, stop it. You know, my God. So, yeah, but, like, you know, anyway, enough about that. Let's put that away from side. Let's watch, like, let's talk about the actual movie. I'm sorry to keep pounding that in there. Pounding it, oh, God, that's gross. So, anyway, yeah, so she tells the guy, so then, yeah, he's trying to figure out, so, of course, the nurse is trying to get away, the killer ends up getting after her. You eventually find out who the killer is. I'm not going to spoil it here, but you're like, oh, okay. And then when you realize why, that's actually one of the good parts of the movie. When you realize the motive of the killer, there's always a reason why someone does something in horror movies. And the cooler the reason, the better it is, you know. And, I mean, for me, anyway. And so in this one, when you realize why the killer does what the killer does, you realize, oh, well, I get it now. And it's actually kind of funny because they come up with an idea. Like I said, I don't like to spoil too much. I did talk about the movie in depth when it comes to certain aspects of it, but I don't like giving away the movie because if you want to watch it, it'd be like, well, you know, this nutball in the friggin' woods told me about it. He kind of ruined it all. I don't know if I want to watch it now, Frank. Yeah, I talked to you. That was about you. Yeah, you spoiled that other one. I don't. Just go away, Frank. Anyway, so yeah, so. How's the movie overall as far as scares and stuff goes? I didn't really find it scary at all. It's a slasher. Slashers don't really scare me. Now, when it comes to slasher, about the kills, because of course everything is about the slasher, it's about how the slasher does away with people. Most of the time it's with that garrote thing, which was actually kind of cool, but there is one kill that's pretty crazy. And it's funny because the person that is happening to is actually the guy who does the voice of Chucky. He has like a small role in this. As one of the doctors. So I'm like, wow, okay, that's probably like the most creative one, the one that makes you go, whoa. Other than that, most of the time it's just with the, you know, with that. Like I said, there is stuff, like I kind of mentioned already, and yeah, the 21-year-old, he's weird. Like at one point, he has her at the house, but he's having sex with his other girlfriend. Because he has a girl, he works for a reporter, and he actually, one point, he's with the girlfriend, and she's in the next door room, and then she leaves. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of weird to hear. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. It's just like weird. Like, why? Why you do that? This is cool. I like this. I can be like Batman, but I don't have like the whole. You know, I tried doing that like back in the demon thing, being Batman. It was terrible. I couldn't do it, man. You know, I don't know how. Anyway, so is the movie scary? No. The slashes are kind of like the kills are kind of alright, but at the end of the day, nothing to make you go, oh snap. The story elements of it are good. That part, I did like the whole thing with the teenager idea, but that kind of really did it for me. And then that other part with the Batman, which I mentioned earlier, that's kind of really weird. It's just weird when you're trying to watch a movie and certain elements about it kind of ruin the aspect of it. Like, had she been of age, that part wouldn't have bothered me so effing much. But the fact that she wasn't, and there was some stuff that bothered me a lot. I didn't like that at all. So all in all, I say, you know, but like I said, the kills were decent and the story elements are decent. So if that part with the teenager bothers you, then you're not gonna like it, which it bothered me. So I'll give it heads of Jeff, which is right here. Hey Jeff, I'll give it like 2.5 of Jeff's. That's what I'm gonna do now. I am going to pick the next movie. I did put a video out of the movie I picked before. I forgot yesterday because I had to leave this dimension to go to another one. But I got one here. So let's see what we got, people. Let's see what we got. And I have no idea what this is. Piece of paper, though. Oh my God, I can't open it. Oh, here we go. What is it? What is it? 28 years later, boy. All right, we'll check that one out. Cool. All right. Oh, God. Well, that's it for me to you, kiddies. See you tomorrow.